7 o'clock. What's happening? Oh, Sonya's right. I get my contacts up break. Contacts. Bob.
It's 7:00. Starting soon. Everybody, if you could start taking your seats, we will be starting in a minute or two. Thank you.
Thank you again. Sneaky recommendation. Oh, thanks. I know. I get it, but
Great.
Yeah. You're on. We are live. Oh. See. Yeah. Let me know.
I'm gonna do a test of our screen. Okay, testing.
Just.
Test. Make sure that we're good on our screen.
One moment, we're just trying something a little different. Thanks.
You're trying to provide closed captioning this evening on our screens. What? Subtitles. Okay. Okay, this is a new option for us this evening, Madam President. So it looks like
They're off. You need to put it in English on there.
let's see, do a test. We had this working earlier. Okay, secret time requirement. Okay, so it looks like it is not going through. Okay, so it looks like,
Can't read that from here, sorry.
okay, test. Now, it may be,
Said English, click for settings. Up in the.
options. Okay. Okay, it looks like It was working earlier, unfortunately. Yeah, geez. So unfortunately. Yes.
My iPad will do dictation if you can, I can make it make big words, so.
Your iPad can do dictation?
Sorry.
Okay.
I signed it. Or did it, Mayor? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it can go like this.
Yeah. And sign it, I think.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I can make the words big on here.
Oh, that would be excellent. If you could display that in front of you. Okay, that would be excellent.
Addison, Mayor.
Yes.
It's
There
okay.
you go.
Did it kick in?
Yep.
Okay.
Just had to
Okay,
push
yeah.
this, push the
I'm gonna
settings.
make it larger.
I don't know, it's showing up what.
There you go.
Okay.
There we
And
go.
that's what we saw earlier today.
Yep.
Or it went back to,
Yeah, that looks good.
okay, let's see if it stays large. No. Okay, and there is a slight delay. Hmm,
This way.
okay, okay.
Okay, are we okay?
We're okay. You know what, as we go on, I'm gonna try to make this larger so we can see the closed captionings. It
Mhm.
didn't stick. Subtitles, let's try again, options, font size. Okay, we'll see if we can stay at it won't stay at 400.
Click on it again.
Let's, yeah.
That's the size we want, right there.
That's the
Okay.
size.
Oh, let's see
Right
if it
there.
stays. Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
and you know what? I will have to just keep going in, and it's the font size that's won't
Yeah,
stay.
bear with us a minute. This is something new we haven't tried.
Yeah, that's something new.
Click on 300.
Yeah, see what happens if you click on a different.
300.
Yeah.
Oh, and it goes back down. Video override.
That's weird.
Maybe click on captions.
Says caption
Looks like
like
this.
this, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not sticking.
It's not sticking. Yet it wanted to earlier. No, there doesn't seem to be any other option. It's checked off.
We'll start. Yeah.
Okay.
Back on.
Hmm. Okay. GMIC has a supplement if you want to, yeah, provide I can keep it activated by clicking it.
All right. Shall we?
Okay, so
No,
let's begin.
You're not, yeah, I would just go off, but just let it.
Okay. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the West Windsor Township Town Council for September 29th, 2025. Allison, can you call the roll, please?
Gawas. Here. Jeevers. Here. Mandel.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Whitfield.
And have we adequately noticed?
Yes, we were adequately noticed on January 17th, 2025 to the Times in the Princeton Packet, filed with the municipal clerk, closed on the township website and at the township municipal building. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
Thank you. As we have no ceremonial matters, we will be going into public comment. The public comment is 3-minute limit for each person, and it is a 30-minute limit total. And I'm first going to call up anybody who has signed up to speak. So whoever has signed up to speak, please come up, and I'd appreciate quiet so we can hear everybody. Who's signed up for public comment?
First person is Ephraim.
You?
Hello, good evening. My name is Ephraim Books. I am a chairman of the Environmental Commission, and I wanted to use the opportunity of today's meeting to share with you the letter that we received from.
Brian, can you talk a little bit more into the microphones?
Sure.
Hear better.
Sure.
Thank you.
So the letter was received approximately weeks ago, and it says, "Dear West Windsor Township, congratulations. We are pleased to announce that West Windsor Township has been awarded silver level certification. Your application was approved for 37 actions in 11 categories for a total of 400 points. Your achievement will be recognized on November 18 in Atlantic City." So congratulations to all of you, because you guys also members of the Green Team, and the Sustainable Jerseys report actually summarized what's going on in all the departments of this township. So congratulations. The number of points had increased, and we have also future plans to expand our projects, particularly in energy and so on, and we're expanding in this direction. I also would like to mention an event that I was present in, where a member of the council announced a proclamation of months of the senior center in West Windsor. So we had a concert there that Friends of Seniors, which I'm part of, a member of, organized that particular day. So we appreciate the township was doing for senior center. The membership is increasing. Bus is very popular. I understand that now it's not, there is some issues there to resolve, but overall, activity in the center are just booming, both exercise and educational programs and things of that nature. And the last but not least is the health division, which is running a flu shot program tomorrow. And I would like to acknowledge their services to the community, and particularly servicing inbound patients, visiting them. And Nurse Jane did an excellent job visiting our family as well. So thank you to the Board of Health, because you are the Board of Health as well, and you get certainly acknowledgement for the excellent service provided to the township. With all that, I'd like to wish you success in everything you're doing, and hope to see you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fran.
Okay. Next on the list is Ann Clifton.
Ann? Please state your name and address.
Ann Clifton, 18 Galston Drive. I just want to thank the mayor, Andrea, Linda, and Dan for coming out on Friday afternoon for the walk and talk with Mercer County engineer Bassett Sonny Muzaffar, to talk with some of the local residents about the path. I know that you heard a lot of complaints, concerns. I don't want to leave you with that's the only feeling that residents in Jefferson Park have, because I think I mentioned at the beginning of the talk that I had reached out to at least 20 people who I knew definitely bike, ride, or run. And, you know, at least more than half of them, especially the families that have young children who are bicycling, or have middle schoolers who now want to become a little more independent, and also some of the empty nesters that just walk, they are very much in favor of the changes. I will tell you that I do walk. I like the walking changes. I am a cyclist, not as serious as the freewheelers. I don't put on thousands of miles a year. I put on probably a few hundred miles a year. So I have mixed concerns. I share the concerns of those who are more experienced. I also resonate with the the positive feedback I've gotten from those who like to walk and feel that their children maybe can get there more independently. So I personally am not ready to scrap the idea, as you may have, it's possible you were left with that impression. I just want to let you know that other residents there, not everybody could come out Friday at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's the options we were given, the time we were given by the engineer, and I appreciate his schedule and him coming out. I also want to publicly thank, I know they're not here, John Taylor from engineering and Traffic Sergeant Silcox from the police department for coming out. So just to let you know that there are mixed feelings ranging from positive, some concerns, and you heard the very negative. So thank you again. Thank you again for your time in coming out.
Thank you, Ann. Is there anyone else on the list?
Yes, I just want to let the captions catch up while I reset the timer. Okay, next on the list is Rhonda Abbott.
Please state your name and address, please.
Good evening, my name is Rhonda Abbott.
Could you talk into the microphone?
Closer to the microphone, please.
No caption coming on the screen, and I have to say this is one of the worst I've ever seen. I've seen Bennett Township, they get it to work. This is not working very smoothly.
Could you talk into the microphone?
1 moment.
It's catching up.
Good evening, my name is Rhonda Abbott. I only have 3 minutes to talk. I was already stressed before I came in here. Now I have to figure out what I'm gonna try to say in 3 minutes worth of time. My first experience with your township, my first experience with your township was through your police department. I consider the officers horrible. I don't consider them knowledgeable on the ADA nor the New Jersey law against discrimination, what they stand for. My first time at your building was in January 2025.
Yeah, please let her continue speaking.
My first experience at this township building was in January 2025 of this year. I see at least 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 people. I don't know how many employees you have. I have a question for you. Why would it take a deaf person like myself to have to advocate to get state mandated public accommodation posters up here? You don't have the Spanish poster up. I'm sure that Spanish speaking police will coming into the building. The police department does not publicly display the Spanish poster. And August 1st, 2022, New Jersey was the first state in the United States to have a civil rights law. It goes back to 1956. The first protected category was race. Since that time, they've added race, religion, disability, gender, liability for military service, pregnancy, breastfeeding, marital, domestic partnership. They've added at least 10, 12 protected categories. As we speak right now, the Spanish poster is not up. The one over by the pack was cut off a little bit. You cannot reduce the posters in time. There's nothing on your board about the ADA that the Township of West Windsor will comply with Title II of the ADA in its program, service, and activity. There's no mention on your board about the ADA grievance procedure. There's no mention on the board who the ADA coordinator is. I'm sure if somebody wanted to be resourceful, they could figure it out and try to ask questions around the township. But the point is, this stuff should be publicized. I myself do not consider myself, I have a doctorate. I'm just an informed citizen, and I don't understand. I entered this building in January to get it up at your senior citizen, even over there at the library, that's county library. Why do I have to do it? And all I do is get treated badly by your police department, and they deny me access to their programs, services, and activities. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else on the list for public comment?
The thing,
Yeah,
your thing lag behind.
right.
It's like backward.
It lags behind, yes. It's a delay. Thank you.
Okay, next on the list is Zach Wheel.
School project here. Zach Wheel, I'm at Fisher Place, 144 Fisher Place. So to start, I've actually had this idea for several months back on June 1st, and I wanted to is this still on?
Yes.
I wanted to address it at the June 4th planning board meeting that was canceled. In fact, 2 out of the 3 June meetings were canceled. Then every meeting in July canceled. Every meeting in August canceled. So then I'm like, well, I'll just post to West Windsor Peeps, right? And apparently, whoever's in control of West Windsor Peeps, this mic sucks. Whoever's in control, Peeps seems to have something against me for whatever reason. That's their prerogative. So let's go back here 1 second. I went to the first school board meeting the other day. I was one of 4 people present. I don't have any kids. I shouldn't have been there. I think my frustration was probably misplaced, misguided speaking to them. It should have been directed towards the planning board. Didn't meet. So I guess here we are. So I guess the question was when the planning board or the attorneys or the actuaries for this township aren't waving the white flag, I guess, like, what are you guys doing? Don't answer that question. So we've got 30,000 residents. I think this body has overseen the addition of some 2,500, maybe 2,000, 2,500 single family units. And if you average just 2 people, right, that's 5,000 additional residents. So I have 2 solutions, right? Everybody's familiar with Grover's Mill, right? Show it for the camera. It's over there. This is Grover's Mill Pond. Everyone, Grover's Mill Pond. You guys lack imagination and creativity. There is way too much waterfront property that could be developed that I think should be developed, right? Or get rid of Grover's Mill Park. Everybody see? Just level it all. I think we have way too much valuable real estate. Again, waterfront, huge positive. And then you may say, well, we add all of those additional units, where the kid's going to go to school. This is West Windsor Southeast, okay? It's in Community Park. And if we can't find teachers, we have it in with
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos and Amazon, and we can just have AI teachers. We don't even need teachers. So we're good.
Thank you.
Please don't take my idea.
Okay, next on the list is Kevin Rinaldo.
Hi, Kevin Rinaldo, 106 Harris Road. Good evening. First, I want to thank Council President Mandel for following up with the mayor regarding the Alexander Road sidewalk damage that was caused by the dump truck earlier this year. I appreciate you following up with that. I sent him an email, but didn't receive one until after you followed up. Thank you. I'd also like to take a moment to read an email I sent to the mayor with council CC'd on September 16th, just under 2 weeks ago, regarding the repaving of Harris Road. I followed proper channels, but I've yet to receive a reply. I briefly mentioned sending this email to the mayor during Community Day, though did not go into detail as the event was ending. At the time, the mayor noted that he receives many emails. While I understand this, I was disappointed not to receive a response and hope this can be addressed. The email reads, Dear Mayor Marathe, I'm following up on our brief conversation at the July 11th Berrien City Neighborhood Association Traffic Committee meeting regarding the repaving of Harris Road. The road has been marked and the project may start soon. Would it be possible to temporarily hold the paving until the town consider traffic calming measures? Harris Road is a 25-mile-an-hour residential street that has become a major cut through to the train station, shopping center, and school. Many vehicles exceed the speed limit, creating safety risks for children, students walking to and from the school, pets, and neighborhood pedestrians. Simple measures such as speed cushions, bike lanes, or slightly widened shoulders could improve safety. Reviewing these and other possible options before resurfacing could save time and money while providing lasting benefits to the neighborhood and town. Thank you for your consideration. I'd be happy to provide more information or meet to discuss these next steps. End of email. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you carefully consider these points before the project begins. And then another side note that I realized a little bit later after this was the mayor recently posted a diagram of traffic and safety improvements to Facebook. Someone should take a look at the all-way red pedestrian signal at Harris and Clarksville that he had mentioned. It's not functioning properly. The signal still shows a green light for vehicles when pedestrians are given the walk signal. In addition, I noticed that there was the parking authority new parking lot that they're putting in. I would request that if the township isn't considering it, they should try and save the letters that are the dimensional letters that are existing on the building. They could be repurposed at the site on a wall. I believe it's missing one letter in junction, just to abbreviate junction. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you. Is there anyone else who has signed up?
There's no one else on the list. Is there anyone else in the public that would like to speak?
Nobody else would like to say anything at this point? If not, I will close the public comment at this time and we'll go to administration comments. Mayor, did you have anything first that you wanted to say in response?
I will respond. Let Marlena finish her comments.
Thanks.
I have several announcements. Public Works will begin collection in Zone 1 on October 6th. It's a 5-week month, so they're off this week and they're doing other things around the township that need attention. So I would ask that residents not put out any material until towards the end of the week in Zone 1. And thank you for keeping the bike lanes and crosswalks clear of debris so that cyclists and pedestrians can move freely and safely. On Saturday, October 4th, from 8 a.m. to noon, the township will be hosting a paper shred event at 70 Southfield Road, West Windsor. That's our Public Works facility. It's open to residents. Proof of residency is required. The event is popular. It allows residents to bring confidential and sensitive materials and have them shred. Also on site at this event will be Send Hunger Packing and the Little Free Pantry, which will be collecting shelf-stable items such as cereal, tuna fish, dried fruits, Chef Boyardee microwave bowls and the like for the food pantries that they offer in the township. Also, Goodwill will be collecting clothing. So if you don't need it anymore, please don't throw it away. recycle it by donating to Goodwill. They'll be on site collecting clean, gently used women, men, and children's clothing and accessories such as shoes, hats, scarves, gloves, and coats, purses, belts, and ties. It is a popular event when the shredding trucks do reach capacity. The event in terms of paper shredding will end. On October 5th, from 1 to 4 p.m., the historic Skank Farmstead will be hosting a fall festival. It will be held at 50 Southfield Road. Look for the red barn. There'll be pumpkin picking, petting zoo, museum tours, kids activities, and much more. Sounds like a fun family event. And tomorrow, September 1st, there will be a flu clinic. I'm sorry, September 30th, there'll be a flu clinic at the West Windsor Senior Center, 271 Clarksville Road. The flu clinic will be held from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. It's open to West Windsor, Robbinsville, and Heightstown residents 3 years and older. You can register online if you'd like. And you can also walk in as well. If you can remember to bring your health insurance card, please do so. And the town will work with, if you do not have insurance, please call the West Windsor Health Department at 609-936-8400. And the health department will accommodate individuals who need the flu vaccine. That is all I have.
Mayor, do you want to answer those questions first?
Yeah, thanks, Andrea. Rhonda left, but I do know she came to the office earlier in the day, and the captions didn't work out quite well, but we will figure out and make it well. I would have told her, oh, she's there. I would have told her I sympathize with her. I have hearing aids in both my ears. So the way she was talking, and some of you didn't quite hear when she was not closer to the mic, that's how we hear most of the time. And we have to make sense. Of course, sometimes I wish I didn't hear what people are saying about me, but that's another matter. So we will work with it. That will be useful to us too. There's a lag between the closed captions and what people are saying, but over the years, having hearing aid for over 30 years, we are used to managing that kind of lag. So we are very comfortable dealing with that kind of lag. We make sense of it. I did get email from Kevin. I did forward it to Francis. I don't have any update on him. That's why I didn't respond. And the last complaint you made, I didn't quite hear, but I will ask her. But the first time I heard something is not working. So if it's not working, we will get it fixed. So, I mean, Marlena heard what you said. So we will definitely get it fixed sometime. On a not so good note, we had a fire at the Windsor Ponds today that unfortunately destroyed 3 units. We still don't know 100% the cause of the fire, but it appears as if it started on the patio when too many things were plugged into a single strip extension cord. So please be careful what you plug in or how much load you put in a single extension cord. That just got heated and something caught fire. Once again, I know more about construction code than I ever cared to know, but the firewall did held very good. Linda and I went there in the evening, and others may have gone out there. We went around to look at the thing. The firewall did hold very well, but the fire goes through the attic. It shoots up straight and crosses over other units in the attic. The last unit was saved. The first 3 units are inhabitable. I just want to thank both are professionals and both volunteer fire departments. Everybody showed up, professionals and fires, and that's why they could contain is as good as they can. And I and the township will continue to work with the residents to help them as best as we can. Mm. As Ann mentioned, I was there last Friday at the east entrance of County Park. Once again, something that I know that no solution makes everybody happy, and that's life. But that was good opportunity because I got to talk to Sunny about other projects going on in town, and I have to give county credit. They do work with us. They are very open and helping us and understanding our problems and responding to them. And Sunny is always open and able to talk. I mean, he has his opinion and he does things his way, but that's okay. We did discuss a lot of options, and I will talk to Ann and figure out because he essentially told us he will do whatever we want him to do. If we want to take it out, he will take it out. If we want to do some other things, he will do some other thing. So I told him to wait, and we will discuss and give him our opinion as to what we would like. But there's no solution that 100% of people will be happy with. But at least it's safer if you're driving. Interestingly, he also mentioned during our conversation that the county will be open to making that 25 miles per hour road between 571 and OTR, Old Trenton Road. They don't own 100% of the road, but I'm going to talk with Francis and see if we can make that request and what would require to make that request. I was honestly very surprised how casually he said he can do it. So I have to find out if that is indeed true, that he can just wave a magic wand and make it 25, or there are a lot more steps involved. But that was very encouraging to hear. Again, Fram was here earlier, mentioned that we again got silver certification from Sustainable Jersey. This is probably the third time in my mayoral term that we have gotten it. And I just want to congratulate the Environmental Commission, Fram and Dan, who worked together to get us the 400 points needed to obtain the Sustainable Jersey certificate. And lastly, I would like to wish Linda and Neil happy 40th anniversary. It's her anniversary today, and she has promised Neil to go out to dinner after the council meeting. So keep it short. So thank you very much.
We had a nice lunch. Thank you.
And you had her out there crawling in the fire or something after.
Yeah, it was there
Yeah.
later.
If you remember, there's a couple of other statuses that we wanted. There's a parking authority cost agreement. we
Yes,
wanted
that
to
will
see.
probably be on the next council agenda.
Okay, is
Yeah.
there some issue with it, or is that?
Yeah, we just want to make sure everything is, all I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Mhm.
But see, the work is not waiting because of that. They have, what they wanted was okay to go on our property so they can start. They have already received bids. They have opened bids for taking the building down, and they can proceed with that work without a cost sharing agreement.
Okay,
So they are going to award the bids. I don't know exactly when,
yeah,
but
that was for I think we passed that last time. That was
yeah,
the-
yeah, but they have to award within certain days of opening the bids. And that's why
Mhm.
that last agreement was important. That was done, and this one will be in the agenda at the next meeting.
And also the status of the Station 43 MOU for the
Yeah,
sprinkler
that-
system?
That,
It has been sent back to the fire company for their review and comment. We made revisions to the agreement and we're waiting to hear back.
Okay, so the fire company has that right now to come back with. Thank you. Okay. Going into, does anyone have any other comments at this point? No. We'll go into council comments. Dan?
Thank you. Thanks for everybody who made comments today. I will add to the pylon with Ann's observations about the traffic pattern and multi-use lane by our east entrance to Mercer County Park. As the mayor said, you can't please 100% of the people 100% of the time. And usually when you do these events, the people that show up are the people who are not happy. But it's good to hear that there's, other feedback there. And it's good that, I mean, it's wonderful that you were able to organize this event because that's how you affect change. You make your voice heard, bring people together, expressing their opinion. As we heard, the county engineer is very open to suggestions. We got a good view of what his vision is. These things don't happen overnight. It takes work, it takes input. So thank you again for organizing that.
Thank you, Dan. Linda?
Well, it's certainly been a very busy month for all of us and a lot of events around town, all good. Thanks to the Recreation Department, Ken Jacobs, and the DPW for the cleanup work and program for the 9/11 Memorial Service. So if you've never been to the Ron Rogers Arboretum, stop by the beautiful Twin Ponds for a moment of reflection. Sunrise Movement students organized an informative potluck lunch gathering on Millstone Road on September 13th. We discussed the issue of extending the sidewalks on this road because there are no sidewalks currently, but we'd like to extend it from Cranberry Road onto one side of Millstone Road. So discussion will continue on that, and part of it is reaching out to the homeowners there to get buy-in. It was a beautiful day, September 20th, the township's annual community day. Very well attended, lots of fun, lots of kids there, and thanks to the many community groups which participated. On September 26th, County Engineer Bassett Mufazar, we call him Sonny, that's his nickname. And thanks to the Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance for arranging, for being there and meeting with him. And we had several other elected officials, and that was a nice discussion and a walk along Edinburgh Road to discuss the new bi-directional path. I spoke to Sonny and just asked that if there's any proposed changes, if he can get back to all of us before anything is implemented, if it's implemented, any changes. So just keep the lines of communication between the township and the county engineer's office. Thanks for the group. West Windsor Gives Back, including Sonia. You had a very, very big day, setting up for the mayor's ball. And you guys raised tens of thousands of dollars for a new police truck that'll be used for emergencies. So thank you, and to all the ladies, because that's a lot of organization for the girls. I know, everyone's saying girls at night, so, okay.
What would you do if a guy tried to join?
Boys. But anyway, it was a lot of work, but thank you. The 8th annual gratitude walk was well attended yesterday. So there were inspirational messages of compassion and gratitude, goodness and generosity, and musical performances were all part of a beautiful community celebration of our journey from me to we. So thanks to Jyotima Prasad and all the volunteers for their dedication in organizing this event. Earlier today, there's structural fire, as the mayor had mentioned, in Windsor Ponds development. I did go out there, to see part of that, to see the damage, talk to some of the fire officials. I am part of the fire police. I wasn't doing fire police duties today. However, I was out of town for part of the afternoon. But anyway, the bottom line is no one was injured. So that's the good news about all of that. And an investigation, is being undertaken, regarding the cause. So I just wanted to thank the Division of Fire and Emergency Services, our 2 volunteer fire companies, our police department, our fire police officers, and numerous other local fire departments that came to West Windsor to help out. Tomorrow, September 30th, Andrea and I will hold office hours, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in room C. So join us if there's anything that you'd like to talk to us about. We'd be glad to see you. And as Mayor mentioned, today's my 40th anniversary. So my husband Neil and I are celebrating, and our love continues to grow. As earlier this month, we became grandparents for the first time. So So we're all excited about that. It's a boy. So, it's good. It's been a good month. So thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for the wonderful upbeat ending there, Linda. Martin?
Happy anniversary, Linda and Neil. Wish you many more blessed years together. And congratulations also on being grandparents. Just wanted to reiterate, my council colleague talked about Community Day. It was a fantastic day. I did have to work that day, but I got to see a lot of people in the beginning of the Community Day, and just want to thank the rec department, the township, and administration for putting that together. I've always said we need two or three of those every single year. It gives us an opportunity to actually meet and see people that we know or haven't seen in a while. So it was a blessed day. The Gratitude and Abundance Walk was yesterday. I did have to work, so I didn't get to attend. But I remember when we started the Gratitude and Abundance Walk back at the Windsor Athletic Club 8 years ago, when Jyotama Prasad actually approached me. I thought it was a fantastic idea for all of us to be thankful for the many blessings that are bestowed upon us each and every day, as well, living in a community such as this. As someone who grew up in a very impoverished and urban city here in New Jersey, I'm always so very thankful for the opportunity to meet good people in this township, to live amongst great people, to have an incredible school district, because there's many in the rest of this state who aren't afforded these opportunities. So I just want us to continue to be grateful and thankful for the blessings that we all have. And that comes with also getting to know each other even better, looking at the things that we have in common and respecting one another, because I think it is the time for us to be able to do that and do it effectively. It's very important for us to respect our cultural backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, and there are even some in this community that may have some economic disparities. We don't want to look down upon those as well. It's just a good time for us and what's going on in this nation, for us to come together as one and be on one accord. As the line says, divided we fall, together we stand. So I just want us to continue on with the gratitude and abundance theme, and as well the Community Day theme, which is unification with all of our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Sonia?
Sure. Thank you. Well, sorry, I was walking in late. I wanted to stay home and wait for my husband and take care of him because he was returning back from fighting the fire that Mayor mentioned earlier. So I just wanted to see him before I came to the meeting. But because of the technical issues, I actually did not miss anything in the meeting. So I'm here. There were, as Mayor mentioned, about 3 families who are displaced right now. So I have reached out to them. Hopefully we can come together like we had done a few years ago and help these families. I just want to thank everybody who responded to take care of the fire, our professional firefighters, both our volunteer fire companies, Station 43 and 44, our fire police, all our mutual aids. There were several out of town fire stations who responded, and thankfully were able to contain the fire very quickly. So thanks for everyone's hard work. After the fighting, my husband is now training to be a fire instructor and be on task force. So he's at a training tonight right after that as well. So there's a lot that goes in for these volunteers in our town. They train as hard as our professionals do. They fight as hard as our professionals do. So if you see emergency services, please thank them. It's close to my heart, so I always keep saying this, but please do. And thanks to Linda for being a fire police as well. I know she didn't respond today, but happy anniversary, happy 40th anniversary to you and Neil. Thanks for being here on your 40th anniversary.
Thanks.
I wouldn't have done that, but thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I just want to go down my list of things I have. As Linda had mentioned, we had a busy month. We had busy last, 4 weeks?
Yes.
And we're still in September. Just want to wish everyone who are celebrating Navratri this week, happy Navratri. keep dancing away and work on getting the evil out of all of us and bring the goodness out. I have learned in the last few years working with Andrea that Rosh Hashanah and first day of Navratri almost always falls on the same day. And 10 days later is Yom Kippur and Dashera. So the Jewish and Hindu holidays have been pretty much very aligned and have the same theme. So it's very interesting and intriguing to learn these different holidays from various cultures, and they all mean the same. So I just want to wish everyone a meaningful Yom Kippur and a very happy Dashera. I won't go into gratitude walk and movie in the park. Those were all well attended. I think this movie in the park was had close to 200 people, I would say. The movie that they shown is celebrating 30th anniversary this year, and this Bollywood movie in back in India still runs in many theaters 30 years later. It's one of the very popular movie from its time.
Right? 3 hour movie.
It's a 3 hour movie. It's a very long movie, yes, but it was a beautiful night.
attended.
Thankfully. It was a beautiful night. Mayor's Ball, real quickly, I don't have exact numbers yet, but we have raised close to $50,000 to help our police department get a utility truck. It is a mayor's ball, but mayor does not get a penny because somebody did ask me. So I just want to put it in record. Mayor does not take a penny out of everything that we raise. Everything raised goes directly to the organization that we honor every year. So various organizations throughout the town has been honored over the seven balls that we have held. So it's that. I was talking to some of the members of the fire station, and they brought this idea to me, Mayor. I just want to bring this to you because you mentioned about demolition of the buildings at the bus depot. They were talking about when we are doing some sort of demolition in town, is it possible for our members to train in those buildings before those buildings come down, because they're always looking for buildings where they can train. So an idea I just wanted to bring in front, and maybe we can talk about it and see if that's even possible or not.
We have tried that, the building. We purchased the property across from the Delhi at OTR and South Mill Road. We had thought about it at that time, but other properties were too close to that for knowingly setting fire to that building. So we didn't do that. So if we get an opportunity, we'll always do that. But we have talked about that when we purchased that property and we took the building down.
Right. So if there is any opportunity that arises in town where the fire departments could possibly train before the building is coming down anyway. So if they can train, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Demolition cost would be a little less if the fire departments take care of it for us.
That I don't know about, but
I'm not saying
But,
that.
as I
Yes,
said,
it
we
could be
had
possible.
seriously discussed about that building. That's the last building I know we demolished. So if we do demolish any other building, we will talk about it.
Okay, thank you. Um, The another idea, I think, Mayor, I will reach out to you and try to set up a meeting with you. Next year is 25th anniversary of 9/11. I have some ideas that I would like to run by you for some projects, possibly a scout project, if the township can take on the project. I have some ideas that I want to run by you and the administration. Maybe we can have a meeting about it and talk about it. So if that is something that we can work and get it done before the 25th anniversary. Next year is 25th anniversary for 9/11. It's a 250th anniversary for, our country. So I would really like to see what we can do about that. So that would be great. Lastly, about this, I'll talk about during my report, but on October 11th, Lions Club and Attitudes in Reverse are partnering together to work on a workshop at the West Windsor Volunteer Fire Company to talk about suicide awareness and prevention in our community. So all students and parents, 7th grade and onwards, are the workshop is more geared towards 7th grade and onwards. It's going to be from about 12 noon to about 2 p.m. So I really hope residents can come to this event. This event was put together unfortunately after the unfortunate incidents of a loss that we had last week in High School North. So this is one way of trying to bring up and it's an important conversation that we all should have openly and see what we as a community can do to help our young men and women. Thank you.
Thanks, Sonia. I know one of the things every time I hear there's a house fire, especially a multi-unit like that, we go back to 2021.
2021, spring of 2021.
When the Avalon fire, when it was 24 apartments, and I think we were working a couple of months on that, trying to make people whole again. But the one thing that was so wonderful was that nobody was really hurt in that Avalon fire. And the first question that comes to everybody's mind when this happened today is, was anybody badly hurt or God forbid killed? And
Everybody is good. They did have a hard time finding a cat who was hiding in a closet, but they did get the cat
I heard
as
they
well.
got the cat.
So thankfully they did.
So that was good. I know there was a whole thing where somebody saw a cat and where it was, and so they got the cat out. And I'm sure in this case, I guess it's 3 to 4 houses. One house is damaged and the other is pretty, but I'm sure the community will again come together because I'm so proud of how our community came together back in 2021. It was just so amazing, and I'm sure, thankfully on a somewhat smaller scale, I'm sure the community will come together again.
Yep.
Okay, I want to give congratulations to the West Windsor Township and especially the West Windsor Environmental Commission on again being awarded the highest sustainable Jersey silver certification. I know this was my 3rd time in working on that. It's very, very intensive. The first time was I was on the Environmental Commission as a member for a couple of years. And it's not a very simple thing of filling out a form. The award looks at the environmental initiatives and work that the township does over the last 2 to 3 years. It covers areas like energy, community partnership and outreach, health, innovative projects, sustainability and climate planning, land use and transportation, waste, local economies, and more. Each subject area then has projects and detailed requirements within the subject area that needs to be done in order to get any of the points. So I want to thank the Environmental Commission and the Greater Green Team volunteers led by the chair of Friar Brooks, Francis Guzik from engineering, and our old friend Dan Dolbomilski. Also, I want to thank the mayor, my fellow council members, and all the township staff members who played a part in getting this award. I'd like to wish all who celebrate a meaningful Yom Kippur or Day of Atonement starting tomorrow night. This is a very spiritual time of year as Jews take stock of what we have done, both good and bad, and how we can always improve in our relationships and service in our community. Speaking of holidays, excuse me, I attended the IFMP Garba Night in Avarati celebration on November 20th. This is about the 3rd or 4th year I've attended. I always have a good time dancing and watching what is a very spiritual ceremony. Good triumphing over evil is a universal celebration. There'll be a second opportunity to attend one of these Garba Nights this Saturday evening on October 4th over at the WAC if anybody's interested in trying it. In the last few weeks, I've also attended, which I think everybody mentioned in detail to some extent, the West Windsor 9/11 ceremony and also the visit by 100 for 9/11 on the day before, which Sonia had set up a few years back. The Millstone Road Block Party, where we discussed the sidewalk extension from Cranberry Road to High School North. At the end of that meeting, it was a kind of a party, then it was kind of a discussion and a meeting. And at the end, we walked the road to Millstone Bridge, which was under construction. And we were able to discuss it with the neighbors, with the mayor, the Sunshine Movement Group, the Bicycle Pedestrian Alliance, about possible ways that we could achieve this, this sidewalk. The whole idea is to try to get some contiguous way to walk and bike to High School North. Once that bridge is up, we would be looking to add some form of either a mixed-use trail. And we did look in some detail at the road itself to see what could be moved, what couldn't be moved, where there might be some room. So we're looking forward to being able to work on that some more. I also attended the Central Jersey Transportation Forum on September 18th, which was run by the Mercer County Assistant Planner Matthew Lawson. They discussed transportation issues in Central Jersey. I again brought up our desire to have a Central Jersey truck study, and there was a little bit of a discussion on that possibility. Community Day and Drive Electric Month event at Duck Pond Park. Community Day was our obvious wonderful event. Thank you to everybody on council that helped with our table. Dan was helping set it up at the with me at the beginning, trying to get the sign onto those tables, which is always fun. The National Drive Electric Month event was very good. We had electric cars all over. There were PSE&G had all their charging information over there. They bought a nice booth, so I guess the town made a few bucks on that, or at least the rec commission did. And I think a lot of people learned a lot about electric cars, and we did give them our proclamation on site. The walk and talk with Sunny, the head of Mercer County Engineering Department, went, as was mentioned, the mayor, fellow council members, Bicycle Pedestrian Alliance, and some of the residents, and some of the really top bikers, the ones that wear the tight clothes that I would never have the nerve to wear. We're all there, and we had a variety of opinions, which I won't go into again, because I think everybody's kind of discussed those. The mayor's ball, which raised money for the police department. I understand they're looking to get an emergency vehicle that can be used for flood rescue through the PBA. And from the way it was described, I think that'll be a big addition for the town. And I still remember when we, back in 2018, being part of when we were trying to get drones through the West Windsor Gives Back. And now we've got the drones and the kind of benefit that's been to the town, where just the other day we heard about some people, without getting into details, that were found using these drones where it could have had a not as good outcome if we didn't have this type of technology available. And of course, the 8th annual Gratitude Walk, which has always been a wonderful and very, very uplifting event. I always feel really, really good. Doesn't take much to bring down after sometimes, but I always feel really, really good after going to that gratitude walk and just hearing everybody. And this time, Joe Demer had asked me, we've got somebody visiting from another town. Can you show her around? And as I'm showing her around, we have this group that collects food, and here's another group that looks for bike safety, and we have another group that's helping people with autistic brothers or sisters, and we have another group here that does this. And this woman was from another town in New Jersey, and she was absolutely flabbergasted that we had a town where all these people are coming together and singing songs of peace and love and all working on these types of projects. And it made me really, really proud of our town. So thank you. And looking forward to Historical Society Fall Festival on October 5th. And Attitudes in Reverse is having their Taste of Hope dinner on October 8th. Okay. Moving on to Allison, who's been sitting here patiently waiting for her turn.
I just have a couple election announcements. The mail-in ballot boxes are open across the county. Voters may deliver their mail-in ballots from the time they receive them up to the time polls close at 8 p.m. on Election Day. Another noteworthy date is October 14th, voter registration deadline for the general election. And early voting starts Saturday, October 25th, and runs through Sunday, November 2nd. Voters in Mercer County may choose the day, time, and location that works best for them. This year, we have a location added for West Windsor Township at the Mercer County Library. This and all other election information can be found on our township website.
Right, and thanks for your help and everybody's to get that location. So that I think that's going to be a big benefit for West Windsor. And from what with the numbers I've seen, there's a lot of people have already voted by mail already. So, and not as much in West Windsor. I think we got ours a couple days after some of the other towns, but the numbers are getting up there pretty fast. Yeah. Okay, I'm going into public hearing. Just a ordinance. You want to read it, and then maybe Mayor, did you want to give a little summary of what this bill is after Allison reads it? No. Okay.
2025-15, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, Chapter 168, Traffic and Parking, Article 2, Traffic Regulations, 168-166, Schedule 11, Speed Limits on Alexander Road.
Okay, I'm going to open public comment or public hearing, 3-minute limit, and this is only to speak about this particular ordinance. This is the ordinance that essentially sets a 25-mile speed limit on that's on a section of Alexander Road where there had been I believe a 30-mile limit on a very small section of it. So this will make it all 25 mile an hour. And this is, again, comment only on this ordinance. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the comments. Dave Kimmel at 11 Scott Avenue. So first I want to say thank you for introducing this ordinance and having the hearing tonight and hopefully adopting it. It was one of the several observations, recommendations, requests that the Berrien City Neighborhood Association's traffic group made after doing walks with many council members and the mayor back in November. And history of safety issues goes back far beyond that. So definitely appreciate that and look forward to more of improvements in the area. That stretch that is being proposed to be reduced from 30 to 25 from 571 to that other area is about 320 feet. And I did the math, and that will, if somebody were to go 25 miles an hour versus 30 miles an hour, there's a 1.5 second difference. And the lower you make the speed limit, the more likely you are to survive being hit by a car. It is like a relationship there. So we appreciate that. And it's a gateway into the neighborhood. So we want to make sure that there's a consistent speed. With that in mind, on the other side of the road, it was our understanding that from the roundabout to 571, except for that 30 mile that's been changed now, was 25. When I look more closely at the ordinance, it's actually 30 miles an hour from the roundabout down to Wallace. So for the same reason that we're changing this 30 to 25, I'm asking that we add a whereas and change the ordinance to also change that stretch from Wallace to the roundabout, that area, to also be 25 miles an hour. It's about 430 feet. The math is about 2-second difference, so I don't think that's going to hurt anybody's drive. And for the same reasons that we have in the ordinance, that this would be in the interest of public safety and expedition of traffic for the same reason. So hoping that you can make this amendment to also reduce the speed in interest of safety in that area. It would be pretty simple. The proposal says Alexander Road, 25, location zone 4. Zone 4 between Wallace and 571. You can change it to zone 4 between the Alexander Roundabout and 571. There might be some other things to clean up at the same time, but that's my request. And I think it could be pretty straightforward. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to?
Hi, Kevin Ranello, 106 Harris Road. I want to begin by thanking council and the mayor for hearing the Berrien City Neighborhood Association's request to reduce the 30-mile-an-hour portion of Alexander Road to 25 miles an hour, and for acting on our recommendation. Hopefully, we'll see. I would also like to echo Dave's suggestion to amend the ordinance so the section between the roundabout and Wallace Road is also included in that 25-mile-an-hour zone. We hope these changes will improve pedestrian and traffic safety for everyone who travels the road, and we look forward to seeing many future improvements as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Susan Conlon, 98 Harris Road. I just want to echo what Dave and Kevin said. And we're really happy to see this change. You know, this is, I've been doing this for 20 years. So it's really great to see this finally happening, and really happy that it's been, the process is a lot smoother than it used to be. And we were able to accomplish this by you passing this ordinance, and it didn't go through a lot of other tests and roadblocks and things like that. So that's a good sign for other parts of the township and the state. So it's a really good thing. I just want to point out that this segment that will now be 25 as opposed to 30 is the part where there are two crosswalks, one at the Gables and the other one at Harris. And just to point out that this will have a really positive impact on all of the senior citizens and students who cross at those two crosswalks there. So anyway, look forward to seeing the new signs go up, and thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to make a comment during on this particular ordinance during the hearing? Okay. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Salute.
Second.
Okay.
Gawas,
Yes.
Chevers,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Whitfield,
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes. Okay, and I was gonna get it to, okay. you can- Yeah, I'm gonna do a motion to adopt, and there'll be a council comment, and I'll let you, I know what you're probably gonna say. Okay, can I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and I'm opening up for council. Mayor, would you like to answer the questions brought up first, I think?
Yeah. You asked me to comment. I mean, this is one of the three asks when I met with them in room B few weeks ago. I've already told them that the blinking lights at Harris and Alexander will happen this year, and that only leaves, I believe, Scott and Alexander without a light at this point. I was always under the impression changing speed limit, you have to jump through several hoops. I can't just decide I want it 25 or 35 or 45 and just do it. Francis justified this because the rest of the road is 25 miles per hour, and he wrote a whole memo and did it as to why we can do it without going through a long process. And that's why, if you remember my earlier comment, I said I was surprised how easily Sunny said, oh yeah, I can do it. So I just want to test whether that's really true or not. So I will talk to Francis and see what steps we need to do. Similar thing at Wallace. And if it's possible, we will do it. I mean, that's not an issue. Thanks.
Okay, let me just clarify. If we were to make an amendment, we introduced this last week, and we introduced it based, I'm sorry, 3 weeks ago, actually. We introduced it based on, this wasn't a traffic study, it was a engineering evaluation, and the engineering evaluation is written out, the ordinance is written up, the engineer had to look at it, and I believe he was doing that under new rules that allow him in limited cases to make an educated determination as a professional engineer that this is something that doesn't require all of those studies that I know we're all used to of where we have to put traffic counters and speed counters and everything. If we were to attempt to amend this particular one, first of all, that would negate the fact that we introduced it 3 weeks ago. We would have to reintroduce it, and before we reintroduced it, with the change, we would need to go back to engineering, have them start all over, and look at doing this. So the smart way to do this would be, of course, to just go ahead and make this change right now, which we could do on the basis of a few votes, and then look at a separate ordinance that would make that other change if it works out that the engineer felt he was able to do that, and if that lined up with whatever other permissions are needed. So I just wanted to give that explanation that we're not gods here. We can't just say, oops, we introduced something, but let's make it nicer and let's just add all this to it. We have a system, and I think we all want to see this happen right now. And so the way this happens is we vote on it. Mayor will probably sign it pretty quickly. I'm making a prediction for you, Mayor. Then there's a 20-day time period from when the mayor signs something, and then it becomes law. Did I get anything wrong, Mike? Right? Right.
Mike can.
Mike can verify everything I just said. So this, yes, Mara, Lillian?
We'll make a statement. There's an official certification statement establishing the speed limits that the engineer has certified and
Right.
put his seal on. So my recommendation is that council move forward and adopt the ordinance tonight. And then, as the mayor said, he can have the discussion with Francis, but this has been certified, and
Right.
as you indicated, Council President.
Yeah.
We would have to.
You would have to, yes, because.
Thank you, Marlena.
Right.
Right.
That's a substantial.
This
change.
certificate, right, if we did that, the whole certification gets thrown out, would have to be totally started over. Much better off breaking this up and getting this done tonight. Anybody on council want to make comment? We'll start on that end.
Well, I fully support this, and I agree that we should get this piece done, and it sounds like we need to go through the process again. For that
Right,
other
and
piece.
whatever that process may be for this is a separate road. Yes.
Nope, I agree. Let's get this done. Instead of reinventing the whole process again for the addition, but let's get this done. And as Mayor mentioned, we can work on the Wallace Road part separately on that.
Right. And the township engineer had sent us a memo to quote him. This recommended speed limit is not unsafe, is warranted and in accordance with the statutory regulations and should be fully implemented. So I agree, and it's a safety issue. So we're definitely going to make this happen.
Martin?
Ready to vote.
Me too. I'm all looking forward to this happening, and we can look at the next part in the future. Want to call a roll?
Roll call vote. Gawaz?
Yes.
Chambers?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Whitfield?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes. Thank you. It's passed.
2025-16, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, Chapter 168, Traffic and Parking, Article 5, Traffic and Parking Regulations on Private Property, Sections 168-37, Control and Movement and Parking on Public and Private Property.
Okay. Again, I'm going to open the hearing. This is sort of one of these Title 39 amendments. It's about Grayland Drive, which is off of Bear Brook. The area across from there The housing has finally gone up on it. I think Linda and I were on the planning board in 2018 or so when that was designed. And this basically gives police powers and basically says where the stop sign should be on that particular property. Anybody wish to come up to speak only
Yeah,
on this?
just,
I'm opening the hearing.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm opening the hearing. If anybody would like to come up and speak on this particular ordinance. Seeing none, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second,
Gawes,
yes.
Chevers.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Whitfield.
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes. Thank you. And can I have a motion to adopt?
Salute.
Second.
You can have, you can have.
Anybody want to make any comments on it?
No, I mean, this was also reviewed by the township engineer and also the police traffic sergeant, so.
Right, and it's pretty,
Process.
pretty standard. Okay.
Okay.
Can-
Roll call vote. Gawes.
Yes.
Chevers.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Whitfield.
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. And we can go into the consent agenda.
Minutes, May 5th, 2025, business session as amended. June 16th, 2025, business session as amended. July 14th, 2025, business session as amended. Bills and claims.
Does anybody wish anything polled? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second,
Roll call.
Gawes.
yes.
Chevers.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Whitfield.
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, recommendations from administration and council clerk.
2025-R196, authorizing the request for a permit for the Mercer County Italian American Festival Association for a public fireworks display on October 4th, 2025, with a rain date of October 5th, 2025. 2025-R197, authorizing the request for a permit for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for a public fireworks display on November 1st, 2025, no rain date. 2025-R198, certification of compliance with the promulgation of the Local Finance Board of the State of New Jersey for the 2024 Annual Report of Audit. 2025-R199, authorizing the insertion of a special item of revenue into the 2025 municipal budget from the State of New Jersey Alcohol, Education, Rehabilitation, and Enforcement Fund, $1,134.83. 2025-R200, authorizing the refund of the municipal portion of property taxes billed for 2025 to PSE&G via a credit in the fourth quarter of 2025, $6,227.61. 2025-R201, authorizing a service agreement with Empower Retirement LLC as a deferred compensation plan provider, 21-SA-Empower-110121. 2025-R202, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a reimbursement agreement with Windsor Haven Condominium Association for snow removal costs for 2024. 2025-R203, authorizing the business administrator to purchase firefighter protective equipment for the township firefighters from Municipal Emergency Services, an authorized vendor under New Jersey State Contracts 17-Fleet-0810 and 17-Fleet-0811, $10,968.02. 2025-R204, authorizing the business administrator to purchase a HP workstation computer and dual monitor stand for the engineering division from SHI International Corp. Under New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance Contract number CK04, subcontract 24-38, $2,866.79. 2025-R205, authorizing the business administrator to purchase network hardware installation and support services for the police division from StarNet Services Solutions, Inc., $72,200. 2025-R206, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a 96-hour service retainer for the police division from StarNet Solutions, Inc., $14,400. 2025-R207, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a professional services agreement with ACT Engineers, Inc. for professional engineering services for the period September 29, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, $2,500. 2025-R208, denying the reduction request of performance guarantees associated with public improvements within the public right-of-ways for the project known as Regency at West Windsor, PB 21-02C.
Does anybody wish anything pulled? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Gawes?
Yes.
Jeevers?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Whitfield?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, I'm now going to open additional public comment. Again, 3-minute limit per person, 15-minute limit for the public comment period. Does anybody wish to give additional public comment at this time? No? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Name and.
Yeah, Dave Kimmel, 11 Scott Avenue. Thanks again for passing that ordinance, and I do understand the process. I look forward to hopefully seeing another ordinance in the future after you do the review and certification with the engineer. Going back to something earlier discussed, the Millstone Road, I also want to encourage definitely continue that process, see if we can get a sidewalk or something along the road there. And I would also hope that the residents there, after discussions, would be supportive of that. If some are not, I think we could still move forward with partial sidewalk, for instance, on that big open stretch where there's a field. There's nobody that lives there currently that should object to that. So that could go all the way to Joanne Street at least, if not elsewhere. And throughout town, all around town, there's spots where we have pieces of sidewalk that don't finish or go somewhere else. So I think we should do as much as we can. And earlier, the administrator mentioned that folks are doing a good job at keeping crosswalks and bike lanes clear of debris, but in my experience, I haven't actually experienced that in the bike lanes. I see a lot of brush, and I don't think people understand that that's not the place to put that stuff, including on the newly nicely repaved New Edinburgh Road. Yep, there's stuff there, Penn Lyle. So I don't know what the answer is, but I'll just put it out there that hopefully we can address that also. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Kevin Rinaldo, 106 Harris Road. I just wanted to reread what I had read earlier that the mayor said that he didn't hear. I just want to make sure that he does hear it. You recently posted a diagram of traffic and safety improvements to Facebook. Someone should take a look at the all-way red pedestrian signal at Harris and Clarksville. It's not functioning properly. The signal still shows a green light for vehicles when pedestrians are given the walk signal. So if I want to cross and I push it, I can walk, but there's still a green light. All the lights don't turn red. So somebody might want to take a look at that. On the chart, it's listed as an all red, similar to the one that's on 571 in Clarksville.
That's at near high school, you
Can we
mean?
pause my time, please?
And let him finish talking.
Then if I can have some time
Go
back,
ahead,
then
go
thank
ahead.
you.
Let him finish.
Either pause it or, thank you.
Pause it.
And then the other thing is, thank you for passing the ordinance to reduce the speed. With that being said, is there any way that we could look into potentially moving the 30-mile-an-hour your speed sign that was put in across from Harris closer to 571 near Nash Park? I think it would make more sense there rather than behind 2 utility poles and then hopefully pedestrian crossing beacon. There's going to be a lot going on there, and I fear that the radar is going to be kind of blocked. As it is now, it's hard to see when you're pulling up. And then also the your speed sign here at the roundabout is a 25-mile-an-hour your speed sign, but according to what Dave had mentioned earlier, by ordinance, that's actually a 30-mile-an-hour stretch of road right there. So that's just something to think about as well. And then in the future, Mr. Mayor, if you could acknowledge receipt of an email sent out to you rather than having me wait 2 weeks to bring it up in council, just so I know it was received and that it's going to the proper channels, that would be really helpful for me so I know what's going on, especially since we had talked about it numerous times beforehand. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I understand. It's just my habit because it,
Wait till everybody's had a chance. Thanks. Is there anybody else that wishes to give up and do public comment at this point? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody, so I'll close the public comment. Okay, you want to answer point by
yeah, a
point?
couple of questions. Once, after 20 days, the ordinance becomes effective, I would expect DPW to look at the signs and put a new sign once the ordinance becomes effective. It's just my habit not acknowledging because at work, I have emails where 9, 10 people are copied and everybody says, got it, got it, got it. And it's very annoying for me to just delete 10 emails just saying acknowledged, acknowledged. That's my habit. I should change the habit for township. But at work, I hate when 10 people just say acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. And Google just keeps looping and looping and looping. So your point well made. I will just say got it.
And Marlena, you have the notes on that traffic light?
I understand that.
Okay.
And I can,
I'll talk to.
No,
the clerk
I'll-
and get the specifics.
I will check it going back home. I go back home that way, so.
Okay, and I think the question was moving the speed sign at this point. Take a look at this. Take a look at the speeds. Take a look if the speed sign that's near 571 is in the right spot.
Again, as I,
Sorry,
ag-
I'm sorry, Harrison Alexander.
again, as I said, I mean, that's not a decision I make, the engineer makes.
Right.
And if you look at that road, there are too many poles and too many distractions. It's not easy to post the signs there because there are too many things standing in the way. It's not very wide road, but I'll ask Francis. to take a look.
Yes. Okay, at this point, we're done with the public comment. Go into council reports. Sonia?
Sure. The parking authority met on September 17th. The two main things that were discussed during that meeting was the bus depot project. I've shared the drawing with everybody here, and there are some over there for the public as well. So this is the plan that is being worked on. We also discussed placements of EV chargers in this parking lot because there is an easy access to the electrical line there. The voltage, I think they needed 440 or something like that. So
Depends on which one they put in.
right, so it would be beneficial, and because in future, this is the pocket park where possible food truck festivals would be held, so there will be electrical lines coming in anyways, so they're looking into doing that. We also discussed possibly using one of these garden areas as one of our pollinator demonstration gardens, possibly, or wildflower. So something like that, possibly at the entrance here. One main change in this design is now we have entry only and exit only. Before we were going to have only one and like one location. The first one right here was going to be the entry and exit point, and at that point, this would have become no left turns because it was too close to the 571. But now having an exit far away from that, I think the design works a lot better. So this was the main point of discussions. As Mayor mentioned, the work is going on. They have received about 5 bids for the demolition. I think it ranges from 177 to 423. So it's like a wide range. So they're looking into that. So that was the main point of discussion. Affordable Housing Committee hasn't met. They do have a scheduled meeting this Thursday, October 2nd. I have reached out to the committee asking if we are going to continue having that meeting, as it is Yom Kippur and Dashera that day. So there are two big holidays that day. So I'm not sure if that meeting will happen or not. I did reach out to the committee and copied town clerk on it. That's about it.
Thank you. Martin?
I don't have really too much. HRC obviously met early September in planning for the Community Day and Diversity Day, which was a huge success. We mentioned that earlier. And the planning board next meeting is scheduled for October 15th. Thank you.
Thank you. Linda?
The Shade Tree Commission met on September 24th. Two of its members will attend the New Jersey Shade Tree Federation Annual Conference in Atlantic City, and that's in mid-October. There were 14 permit applications under Chapter 170 in September and 62 total for the year. The commission continued its discussion on a new bamboo ordinance. The overall goal would be to require containment or removal of existing bamboo, except for planting in containers or barrier containments. The commission is also reviewing ordinances from other townships on the bamboo. The revised proposed shade tree ordinance has been sent to the mayor and administration for their review, and hopefully soon the administration can look at the proposed changes to the shade tree ordinance, because that's been sent to the administration, so we can get that on
Has
your.
council reviewed the ordinance?
Well,
No,
actually,
we haven't seen
actually, what
that.
we thought we were going to do is have it go to the administration, and then we would, under new business, talk about the ordinance there.
Yeah,
And
well,
then-
take a look and send it over and I'll take a look.
Okay.
I haven't
Really
seen
good.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's
Fran-
got-
Francis has it, so I
Okay,
Yeah.
talk to Francis. Okay.
will do.
Yeah, thanks. So have a reflectful Yom Kippur, Andrea, and to our Jewish friends, and happy holidays to those celebrating the Indian holidays. Sonia.
Okay,
That's it.
thank you. Dan?
The Board of Ed met, and I'd like to highlight one item in their meeting where they authorized an agreement with Share My Meals for a food donation agreement there. Everybody here knows who Share My Meals are. They're a nonprofit organization that distributes meals to families and others in need. And so the district agreed to, from time to time, that at their discretion, they will donate their surplus prepared meals to Share My Meals. And this agreement is going to remain in effect in perpetuity. So here's an example of our township limiting food waste in our stream, taking that out of landfills. And actually, this is pre-food waste, right? Because it's actually food that would otherwise been thrown out, but actually is still usable. So kudos to the Board of Ed for going down that path. That's all.
Thank you. Environmental Commission met on September 11th after the ceremony. And there was a lot of discussion on the New Jersey Pact real rules change. Things have been going back and forth on that and DEP. And also the administration or the engineering department has been working on some form of an ordinance regulating non-grass or pollinator gardens as far as safety and sight lines. We haven't seen it yet. I did ask whether or not the Environmental Commission would get a chance to look at it, which I think would be a good idea before it came to council. So hopefully that will happen. And that's all I have to say on that. And any other administration updates? No, at this point, I could take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We are adjourned at 8:39. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, but I'm working. No. Okay. If you need me. You want me to? Sure.